you think of your freshman night? They went wire to wire on the mound. How did you feel like they battled, especially Durangelo, working through those 6 innings he pitched?
I thought he was really good. He was his stuff was just okay. I think his command, he kind of came out of his bullpen a little, trying to find it. But I thought he really competed tonight and had to make some big pitches. He probably was tested a little more tonight than some of the other nights, and he wanted to go back out there in the 6. And it's good to see him want to take the ball in that moment as a young kid. And he's got a chance to be really special.
Hunter Hines getting some really good swings for you here as of late. What do you see maybe differently from him as of late?
His practices the last week have been really good. He's really good now. I know tonight he hit 2 balls down the line and hit a jack, but in his BPs and stuff, he's really working the backside, the back gap, staying on balls better, and I think you're seeing that in the game just over the last week. He's just got a lot more competitive at bats.
It's been difficult for teams to really kind of square up and knock out Bradley and Durangelo both. I mean, they've dealt with some walks, but they just haven't been knocked around much. I mean, what have you seen from them in that regard, how they've been able to just kind of corral themselves and work through some of those walks and those
between both of them, they have plus stuff. I mean, it's just some plus stuff. So you can, some other guys, Evan Sierra there at the end, he'll give up a hit in an inning, so you can't afford to have the walking inning, but Evan's very good too. He'll get a lot of outs for you also. But with those 2 guys, it's just plus stuff. They got and they're really the walks are a little bit because they didn't walk guys in fall, and they'll throw strikes. They're not like wild guys that we've had. I've had some guys like that before that really got to figure out mechanics. Theirs is just more handling the moments and staying focused out there.
When you have a 6-run lead like that, what's that do for y'all when you have Sierra just come in and just pound the strike zone for a few innings?
Well, it's huge because you don't have to use the rest of your bullpen. I think in our world right now, being able to hold guys for tomorrow's games are going to be huge. I mean, they're going to be very competitive games out there. So I think being able to have pretty much a full bullpen tomorrow would be huge for us.
It's like free baseball for the second straight game. Do you feel like that side of the ball's coming together?
I think so. I thought they were. It's a lot of fly balls. We knew that coming in. They had a lot of fly balls in the air. So I hope we're not. I guess we did drop 2 of those. But I like the way we played defense tonight.
Speaking of full bullpen, any chance you get some guys back this weekend or maybe next week heading into SEC play? If so, who would they be?
Well, I don't want to jinx that or anything else. I don't think you see it as much this weekend, but they're progressing in the right direction. So it's just hard to put a time frame on it.
Do you know yet what you're going to do game 2 as far as starting pitching?
We're going to start Landon Gartman and start today tomorrow.
Okay.
So he'll start, and then we don't know our game 3 yet. The second game tomorrow, we don't know.
Yeah, when you have a doubleheader like that, your opponent doesn't have that Saturday night to kind of prepare for Sunday and regroup. Do you think that maybe gives you an advantage?
I don't know. Doubleheaders are, I don't like doubleheaders. I don't think their coach like doubleheaders. Most coaches don't. So it's, you get into a routine of what you do. I think doubleheaders are cool here because Saturdays at the Dude, you can be out here a long time, and we've played well in doubleheaders. But the scouting part's hard. We already talked about it today about getting ready for their arms tomorrow, and they have some really good arms left to throw.
It seemed like that first time through the order today, I guess y'all were kind of struggling with the kind of change of pace with the mound, but y'all attacked it in that 3rd inning. I guess what did you feel like your hitters did differently through that second time through the order?
I think they competed in and out of the strike zone, to get the walk, get the HBP, get even Ross Highfield's at bat. He lays off those 2 low changeups, for a young kid, bases loaded, big game, and then he got the good pitch to hit. I think that's the key. So you notice a lot of our big innings over the year have been started with a walk or an HBP or making somebody make a play, and then we get the big hit, which is what good offenses do.
According to a reliable source, you and Dunkelberger actually have a pre-existing relationship dating back to your time at Indiana. You talk a little bit about that, I guess, and kind of what you liked about him, what made him an attractive recruit for you.
I signed him like sophomore year of high school, I think. Him and actually the 3rd game starter, Braden Tucker, was Indiana guy for us too. And then they got Austin Kelly over there. So it's kind of like an old family reunion before the game. I went by and said hello to everybody, and a bunch of great kids. And Michael's, man, they got a really good pitching staff, and Michael's pitched really well for them. I know he's had a slow start to this season, but had a great season last year, and just a great kid. Just and you see some of those guys, and I had to leave. I can still remember I left those guys in summer school. They were in Bloomington in summer school, and I have to tell them all I'm leaving. Which is really hard when you recruited kids for so long. And but they found their way, and they're playing well now.
I know we discussed this some after Southern Miss, but Lane has his third multi-hit game, I think, of the year in the first 14. He had 3 hits all 14 games last year, I think. What's been the difference for him? We're seeing
Past he struggled away, and right now he's really good away, and just staying on the ball a little bit better. And then there's some confidence. When you start getting some hits, you start playing better. So I just think you're getting some confidence from it.
I wonder what's gotten into you here as of late. You're hitting baseball pretty angry these days.
Yeah, well, I wasn't doing it early, so I figured I'd change something.
So what are you changing? I mean, it just seems like you're staying through the ball a lot more these days.
Yeah, so I just tried to get in my legs more so I could stay down through it. I remember early and I was kind of crossing my front feet up, which caused me to hit so many ground balls. So it was just a minor fix, but it does so much for me.
I don't know what the lineup configuration looked like when y'all were in high school, but what was it like today hitting Ma and Ross? I know y'all had some success in high school together. Now you're playing together in college. I guess this is what's it been like playing with him this year.
It's awesome. Feels weird because he never hit in front of me in high school. But yeah, he's a good ball player, and I think he'll just keep getting better for us.
Tarangelo, you worked through some walks, but only give up a hit, give up that 1 run in the first inning. How did you kind of assess your outing, and how comfortable are you starting to feel after 3 starts?
I mean, today I didn't have my best command my fastball like I used to, and I'm a little bit sick too, and just trying to work everything so I can work on everything that I can do and trying to help my team win and just competing.
Did you feel more comfortable late in the ball game, and what was working for you later in the outing when you were starting to get some swing and miss?
Yeah, when the inning was going, I was starting to feel more comfortable. I can't throw my breaking ball for a strike, and on the left side, I was feeling more comfortable throwing them out. I was slipping just a little bit, but I started feeling all my pitches later in the inning.
Coach Mona said that you wanted to go back out for the 6th inning. I mean, do you feel like you had something left? If you wanted to go back out for one more after that?
I mean, if I wanted to go, I wanted to go back, but I want to throw the whole inning, the whole game. I mean, so that was my plan to this game was for me to throw 7 innings, but they pulled me out. But it's all good, and I have I believe in my pitching too, the rotation, the reliever guy. So it doesn't matter. I know they're gonna get the job done.
How do you feel after the game from just from your body, from that standpoint, throwing with both arms? What's that like, kind of, I guess, rehabbing from that and getting ready for your next start?
For now, it's just contrast, do the thing that I can do to get my body right and to come back for probably next week to throw back, and just don't try to do nothing a lot of things that I'm not doing like I used to do. Just trying to do the normal thing that I always do and not overthink or don't overdo nothing.
You mentioned kind of just relying on that off-speed stuff while your fastball is, not having its best day. I guess how important that is for you to just be able to, go rely on those secondary pitches, just to kind of get you through the innings, while you're kind of struggling a little bit.
They was hitting more on fastball because they was hitting a lot of long fly balls, and for you to throw the breaking ball for strike, it's better for us and better for myself to get them out. So I think I would start feeling more comfortable later in the inning. So that was good.
Coach, won 6 your last 8. 7 of those games you hit the ball pretty well. Do you feel like the lineup, top to bottom, is starting to come into it right as you get closer to SEC play?
Yeah. I mean, we still have a little bit. I mean, some people aren't used to hitting in the spots they are. I mean, I'm not normally a 6-hole guy, but I have great players around me. So if I'm not doing the job, then I know other people on our team can. And yeah, I think we're swinging it well right now. And even on our losses, the 2 losses we did have, we hit the ball really hard right at people. I know I can count on my one hand at least, just me hitting the ball hard right at people that, with 2 outs and men on base and not scoring, you're not getting a big hit. But these last 3 or 4 games, we've really been hitting the ball hard.
Hunter, Coach said that you've been trying to go backside more, but all your hits tonight were just solid pulls like that. What made it click so well?
I don't know. It's just a little tick with me, I guess. It makes me just stay back on the ball a little bit longer so I don't pull those balls foul. And they've been shifting me a lot, so they've been pitching to the shift, hitting me, ground balls, and just not doing what I'm supposed to do. And the last couple of days, I've been really working on backside, doing a lot of away pitches, BPs. I haven't pulled a ball since 2 weeks ago. It's just finally coming into play.
Speaking of coming into play, Hunter, you guys have played 3 really good games in a row. Do you feel like maybe things are settling in and you guys are maybe getting ready for SEC play?
Oh yeah, we're playing good baseball right now. We're not making errors. We're hitting the ball really good. Our pitching staff's doing great. We're throwing strikes. It's just, I think as a new team, kind of a younger team, it took us maybe a little bit of time to get used to playing with each other, and I think if we keep playing like we're playing, we're going to be doing pretty good coming into SEC play.
What have you seen from some of these freshmen, whether it be Drangelo or Bradley or Evan? What's been impressive about that group to you as a hitter?
They're just tough. They don't lay down when they're doing bad. They keep competing, keep fighting, try to find the zone because they all got good stuff, and they don't realize how hard hitting is. So if you just fill it up like they do, like they have been doing the last few outings for them, they're going to be doing just fine.
Quite a few balls done in the air tonight. Was there any doubt that yours was out when you hit it?
No, there wasn't. Our field plays weird at night when it's kind of chilly. You hit the ball in the left center field gap, or just to the right of the batter's eye, it's kind of dead area. But if you hit it down the lines, you should be fine.